Well, 2013 has come to a close. That means Raw is about to get a brutally honest review from Extreme Wrestling fans. This is FWO.
Check the local list. Don't assume get fast, ride faster. Don't ride the futures. It's the first round, and it's a fighting if you're in it. It's gonna get ugly just as soon as we begin it till the last round. Left to right, I'm heavy-handed. After everything's landed, I'll be the last one standing from the first round. It's a fighting if you're in it. It's gonna get ugly just as soon as we begin it till the last round. Left to right, I'm heavy-handed. After everything's landed, I'll be the last one standing. I'm Mr. First to get the game jumping, ain't nothing. Mr. Quick to trip and load the clip and start dumping. Sucker, say something. Mr. Trying to build a million out of plain nothing. Mr.'s gonna be successful, daddy ain't bluffing. I'm Mr. Quick to chop and one of a kind. A madman on the band till every one of them's mine. I'm Mr. No Look and honor amongst crooks. Mr. Right.
I'm Chris Helix, and this is Future Wrestling Observer. It is the end of 2013. We are about to usher in a new year, 2014. But before we do that, we have the December 28th edition of Monday Night Raw to end the 2013 year. So let's get it started. We start off Raw with Punk talking trash about the Shield. Well, what's going to happen when you talk trash about the Shield? The Shield has to show up. The Shield comes out and CM Punk just starts talking more and more trash and pretty much told Dean Ambrose he's the weak link of the Shield, and he wants to know who the real leader or the big head honcho of the Shield really is. So he ends up taking on Seth Rollins, and Punk ends up winning, and this match was really good. I give it 2.5 stars. Now we have to watch a man that I consider a complete disappointment to third generation wrestlers, Curtis Axel, aka Joe Hennig. Yes, his dad is Mr. Perfect Kurt Hennig. Don't really like him. He doesn't look like he ever worked out a day in his life. Doesn't look like he could really beat anybody up. Don't really like him. Curtis Axel ends up getting his ass kicked by Dolph Ziggler in a 1.5 star match. Next up, it's time for Big E Langston to put up or shut up. He takes on Fandango in an Intercontinental Championship match, and it goes the way anybody would expect. Big E Langston retains his Intercontinental Championship, and I gotta say, I totally agree with this. I don't think Fandango deserves it right now. He might later on down the road, but probably not right now. Maybe after they unify the U.S. and Intercontinental title, because it sounds like it's been even being talked about in the WWE, not just on the wrestling leak websites like No DQ and Pro Wrestling Insider, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, like I said, Big E Langston wins this match against Fandango to retain his Intercontinental Championship match. And this match, in my opinion, it was pretty dull. I give it a 1.5 stars. It is rapid fire review time. Next up, we have Sandow versus Khali in a Raw Active match. Fuck the Raw Active fans that voted Khali to go against Sandow. This match ends in 0 stars. And what do you know? Sandow ends up picking up the win. Then we have Clay versus Truth. I do like this rivalry going on, but I think Xavier Woods should stick up for himself instead of R-Truth being like, okay, the rivalry is against R-Truth and Brodus Clay. It's really not. Brodus Clay versus R-Truth is the next match. Like I said, Truth ends up picking up the win in this 1-star match. Then we have the Total Divas versus the Real Divas without AJ Lee and Tamina Snuka, blah, blah, blah. And this match ends in 1 star with Oksana picking up the win against Nikki Bella. This match was gay as fuck, like I said, 1-star match. And that is a rapid fire review. Before we go on to this next match, I would like to mention something that JBL said. Not a very big JBL fan, but I thought it was really funny and totally agreed with it. He was talking during the Brodus Clay versus R-Truth match about Brodus Clay, and I quote, he called Brodus Clay a dancing waterbed. Thought that was hilarious. Anyway, on to the next match. This match is, I guess you could say, would it be considered a gauntlet type match? I don't know, but it was Daniel Bryan takes on Luke Harper, and then if he beats Luke Harper, he has to take on Eric Rowan, and if he beats Eric Rowan, he has to take on Bray Wyatt, and this was because Daniel Bryan wanted his hands on Bray Wyatt, and this is what they came up with. But Daniel Bryan ends up beating Luke Harper. He also beats Eric Rowan, and amazingly, he beats Bray Wyatt, but he ends up beating Bray Wyatt by disqualification because all the Wyatt family ends up coming in and beating the holy hell out of him. I think the match overall, if you count all three of those matches as one match, it was a 2.5 star match. But after that, the after-match promo, I guess you could call it, that's what I'm considering it, with the Wyatts and Daniel Bryan, I'd say it was solid 3 stars, and Bryan ends up joining the Wyatt family and finally, and they beat him down, you know, and everything, and then he gets the kiss of death, or whatever they're calling it. I think they're calling his sister Abigail now or something, Bray Wyatt's finisher. But yeah, like I said, Daniel Bryan is now part of the Wyatt family after months and months of beatdowns by the Wyatt family. Bray knows what he's doing. So FWO ends the year reviewing a 2-star Raw, the December 28th edition, the last Raw of 2013. And I would like to know in the comment section below, or maybe hit me up on Facebook, what did you think about Daniel Bryan joining the Wyatt family? Did you think it was the right time? Or did you think it's a little too late because it should have happened sooner? But like I said, comment below. Remember to like this video, subscribe to Heavy Glow Studios, and I will see you next year on Future Wrestling Observer.